Alright guys, here we are back again, day 2 of the trading year for me, and today I'm actually in the red, $35.30, but that's okay. It's okay because I started off the morning, my first trade out of the gates was on WKHS, and so I've got the chart up right here, you can see, I hope that's big enough, but right out of the gates here, I was going to get in, well, I got in for the break of pre-market highs, which was 325. So I got in at 325, you can see right here on my trade log, in at 325 right there, 500 shares, 325, and it ended up only going up to a high of 330 before turning around and just sort of selling off the rest of the day. And so I'll review this further in my live trading video, but it's just one of those things where, I held it way too long. Yeah. You can see right here on my trade log, I ended up selling at 305. So that's 20 cents, 10 cents past my max loss, which should have been, if I'm going for that 1-to-1 profit-loss ratio, I'm getting into the trade expecting to at least make 10 cents per share. That means I have to sell, have a stop at least 10 cents below my entry point. And so my stop should have been about 315. That would have been 10 cents below 325. And so see some stocks popping up right here on the scanners. But, it's 11.25, so I'm not even going to try. So anyways, that's that. I'll review it further in the live trading video, what I did, what I can improve on, but it's definitely one of those things where you just have to follow your rules. If you're not following your rules, things like this are going to happen, right? And so the next trade I took was on HGSH. And so this one was actually our leading gapper this morning, gapping up 29%, which is not that high compared to what we normally see, where stocks are gapping up like, 70, 80%, sometimes even like 150% and stuff. So 29%, not that big of a gap, but, enough traders saw it and wanted to trade it, and so there was enough volume. So I traded this one right here. You can see on my trade log. First trade on it was at 9:33, so 3 minutes after my first trade, which was at the bell at 9:30, I hopped into HGSH. And so let me just try to get a better, okay, here we go. So this one actually halted. So it popped up right here, popped up on the scanners, on the stock scanners, and I thought to myself, okay, I saw it when it was around, I think at this point right here, so around 2:30 is when I saw it, and I said to myself, I don't want to get in this too high and be that person that gets in at the very top before it reverses, right? I don't want to be that person. Sort of like what happened with the first stock that I traded of the day. Fine, the entry was fine, break of pre-market highs, but I was that person that bought at the very top while others were selling, right? And so the thing about the stock market is it's a zero-sum game. So if you're losing, somebody else is winning. If you're winning, somebody else is losing. And so it's very competitive. So I got into HGSH actually at the halt right here. I got in, it halted at 249. I was going to get in originally for the break of the $0.50, right? And so 250, I got in at 250. You can see right here on my trade log, 400 shares at, where am I at? Right there, 400 shares at 250, and then it halted. So we had a 10-minute halt on this, 10 minutes, and then you can see right here, it ends up opening up significantly higher. It ends up opening up about 35 cents higher. So it opens up at 295, and so immediately I'm up, over $100. I hold it for a second, and you'll see in the live trading video, held it for a second, it started coming down just a little bit, and so I just decided to sell. Clearly, I'd sold too early. You can see right here on the chart, it ended up going to a high of ended up going to a high of 448. It's just not realistic, though. You know, it's not realistic to look in hindsight and say to yourself, "Oh, if I would have just held that," you don't know what's going to happen. This thing could have opened up, popped up right here, and then immediately reversed, right? And went all the way back down to the lows. Like, you just don't know, and so you have to set rules for yourself and just stick to those rules. Those are the people in the stock market who win, or the people who set rules and follow them. You know, obviously they have a strategy and stuff. That's sort of a prerequisite. But once you have the strategy, you have to be willing to be disciplined and not give in to FOMO and whatnot. And so that's what I was doing. And after that trade, I was down. So after the first trade, I was down like $100 on the day, right? Plus commissions, 110. So after that trade, I was up $40 on the day. And so after commissions, $20. Right? And so $20, you know, it's green. It's not red, so that's fine with me. But then I ended up getting back in because I thought to myself, and see, here's the problem. This is where FOMO began to kick in because I'm watching this stock continue to run, and I'm thinking, well, I sold this at 285. The moment I sell it, it pops back up to, you know, the high of that candle, 295. And so then it pops up to, you know, over 3. And once it breaks through the whole dollar, pops up even higher. And so I ended up getting back in right here at, let's see, 224. And so I got back in at 224. Oh, no, sorry, 324. And so I got back in at the high of this candle. Or maybe it was this candle. And so I got in, and well, you'll see it in the live trading video, but it ends up like popping down. Scares me a little bit, so I sell, 12-cent loss. You know, then that puts me back red in the day, so I was down $5.50 instead of being up $40. And, you know, at that point I'm thinking, okay, you can see here it ends up going to a high of, you know, 440 something, and whatever, that's fine. So my trade log, you can see right here, I end up taking a few other, or attempting to take a few other trades, but those didn't, either I didn't get filled or I didn't have enough buying power because SureTrader restricted it, so that's fine. But I'm finishing the day red, small loss, you know, commissions right here, you can see $30, so that kind of puts me at a bigger red than just the realized loss that I have. So 2 trades today, both pretty good trades. You know, the first trade it was a loss, but the entry was good. You know, maybe the stock wasn't the right stock, perhaps. WKHS had a 34 million, almost 35 million share float. Typically, we like to trade stocks that are at least below 10 million. You know, if you're below like 5 million, that's even better, right? The lower you go, the better, because the more the stock has, the more potential the stock has to like really run. So, you know, 35 million shares, maybe that was a little bit too high, but it was definitely in my price range. I don't know if the stock had news or not. There may have been another problem. So I need to take note of that just to make sure that the stocks that I'm trading, especially out of the gates, have news. Sometimes, every once in a while, you get like a technical breakout, right? And so it's not something like news where it's a news catalyst, but rather it's a technical catalyst. And so for no reason really, the stock just starts running. And as a technical trader, you know, a day trader, I'm not a fundamental trader. I don't look at the stock, the news. I look at the news just to make sure there's a headline. I'm not looking at the news to see, okay, what is it exactly that the headline's saying in detail? I don't care about that. As long as the headline is good, you know, that qualifies as a catalyst for me. And so as a technical trader, we don't care about the fundamentals. And so if a stock starts running because of a technical breakout, you know, there's no reason to try to explain it. You just try to take advantage of the opportunity. And so I thought that perhaps that was going to be what happened with WKHS because there was a lot of volume pouring in. Well, actually, I don't know if that's true or not. Let me just go ahead and look right now. So, okay, so right here, I mean, that was pretty much like the most volume. Yeah, right there. So the most volume at one point was on this candle, and you got about a little bit over 350,000 shares of volume on this candle. So, you know, definitely some opportunity there, but it just couldn't hold it, you know. I don't know. I guess enough traders knew that it wasn't the right stock, and so they just weren't interested. So I was one of those traders that got in and ended up losing. That's fine, though. It's a part of trading. You just learn from it. And so, sorry about that, guys. I don't know what happened there. So I'm back in here. So that's it for today. Day 2, red day, but tomorrow I'm just going to come back, learn from my mistakes today, and if you watch the live trading video, I'll post it here in a few minutes. Once I have a chance to review that, I'll post that and just analyze my trades for today even closer. So, guys, thanks so much for watching. I hope you guys have a great rest of the day, and I'll be back tomorrow doing the same thing, day 3, and you know, hopefully we get some good opportunities. But guys, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow.